This is your time. You gotta wake up for 2 hours in the middle of the night. When I tell you in the middle of the night, guys, you getting that good sleep. It's been a long day. You done been on planes, trains, and automobiles, and a cattle cart. The middle of the night, you gotta wake up. Mine was from 2 to 4. I'll never forget that, y'all. 2 to 4 in the morning, I gotta wake up. So here's how it's a problem. We just went to sleep at 9 o'clock or 11 o'clock. One of them clocks. Because everybody was out there trying to talk after the drill sergeants leave. I got to wake up from 2 to 4. And guess what? We got to wake up at 5 a.m. anyway. How much sleep did I get? Guess what I'm watching? I'm watching the hallway of everybody going down the hallway. If somebody goes to the bathroom, you're watching that. So literally it's called watch. You're watching. They're just preparing you for, like, say if you have enemies or whatever coming out there, you're preparing for that. So you're literally watching. I'm just splitting this in half. You're watching. I about fell asleep so many times, but you can't fall asleep. So you know why? Because them drill sergeants that you thought that left is downstairs waiting for one of y'all to fall asleep. She wasn't on no camera. They'll just come floor to floor waiting to catch somebody sleep. If they catch you sleep, push-ups. 2 to 4 in the morning. You're doing push-ups. You're barely staying awake, but you got to do push-ups. If they catch you asleep, because in the real world, if they catch you asleep, the enemy can go ahead and get the camp out. Okay, great. So that was the first day. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. Whew. I was counting my life. I was thinking, why did I do this to myself? Why, Lord? Why did I kill myself to come into this thing? I was literally just like, I wanted to cry. But I know I had to stay. Now I know. But back then, I was calling my mama like, you know, I think I may have to do something else with my life. Because this is for the birds. Well, you got to stay. You got to stuck it out. You know, you got to do this. You got to stay. And my moms would be like, you got to stay. You got to stick it out. Oh, Jesus. My dad. So my dad is still in Trinidad. My mom's is here. So I call my dad. Can't call my dad. Because I need a phone card to call my dad. You know the phone card you buy for $2 at the store in Brooklyn that I miss? I can't call my dad. So I didn't get to talk to my dad for 8 weeks because the phone number that you're doing, I ain't got no phone cards in Missouri. I think my mom's probably sent me one after I told her I couldn't call him. And here we are. Yep. I couldn't do it. My brothers and sisters were still in Trinidad, so I was here by myself. It was me and my mom. So that was it. That was my first day. Up in the middle of the night as these drill sergeants decide it's time to come. So no problem. Next morning, PT at 5 a.m. When they tell you guys that we do more before the sun comes up, they ain't lying to y'all. They ain't. 6. I just finished watch at 4. 5 o'clock, it's time for PT. You ain't ate yet. You ain't even up. You better have some sneakers. Some sneakers that they tell you to buy. Because this is the right one. You ain't got no options. I don't know if you guys really realize this. When you go into basic training, ain't a lot of options. They telling you everything. So these sneakers, it's time to buy my sneakers. I got some sneakers, no name, but it worked. That's what they wanted. You got it. Oh, I forgot to tell you this part. When I was back at the building before I came, boots. Them black boots y'all see us wearing. Them things is, ooh, Jesus. When I say them things is for the birds. Number one, I wear a size 8.5. They put you in this machine to tell them the size of your boots. How about I end up with a size 6 boots? Because you can't have a lot of play in your shoes when you're standing up. Remember I told you about the arches. You can't have a lot of play in your shoes when you are out there. So you over there sitting like, wait a minute, hold up. I wear size 6 now? No. The boots that they made are wide, and you wear size 6 in what they gave you. So no problem, no problem. Okay, so I got my boots. I'm going to be everything I can be. Go out there for PT. I'm skinny. What was that? I was a size 6, y'all. Don't look for size 6 no more. I ain't even trying to get there no more. A size 6. I go out there. I thought I was in shape. I've been walking these New York City blocks. I could walk from Auntie Jenny's house around the corner to my mama's house. I could go over here, do all of this. God, Jesus, Lord. Nope. Nope, nope. When I tell you the word is no, I barely made it. I barely made it, y'all. I barely made it. I barely made it around the corner. And they was like, run. First, we had to march. We had to learn how to march together. Now, if you guys ever seen somebody in the military, I'm just giving you some of the things here. If you ever seen some of the people in the military, watch how they, if they stand up, watch how they get off and do their first walk. And me to this day, I walk with, my first step is taken with my left foot. We don't walk. You know why? That's the way they trained us, and it's in your mind. You don't even think about it anymore. You just go ahead and start marching. And in order for everybody to be in unison, you go ahead and start marching. But we in our PT uniform, so we ain't marching yet. But we just, beginning to start to learn how to walk around the corner together. So that's okay, no problem. We get to the PT thing. Y'all, they said run. Run? Hold up. Ain't nobody running after me. Ain't no shots fired. Again, I grew up in Brooklyn in the 80s and 90s. Ain't no shots being fired. I ain't gotta run nowhere. Where we going? Why are we running? Man, no one told me that PT involved running. When I tell you running, I'm just showing you how it's coming along. Running. Man, I had to run. I lied to you. I was horrible. Even at my little skinny weight, I was horrible. I couldn't run worth a squat. Going back and forth like running? Like, hold up. Wait a minute. Why we gotta run? And so much. Good morning. Magic moments. Ooh, good morning. Good morning. Don't forget the daily heart me right above my name up here. So yeah, let me tell you. So it's time to start running. Y'all, my side started hurting. I don't know if you ever did that when you're trying to run and you feel like you're going to die. Die was the word I put it close to. Because there was no easy running. Them drill sergeants and them been running forever. It was running far. What the heck? Why we gotta go that far? Well, what I didn't realize, it's so early. Yes, it is so early. But you know what? I get up, I get it done. So this afternoon I can do some other things. Yo, so it's time to run. All right, guys. It ain't for running for the heart. It's not running for the faint of heart. It ain't. You go in there and you running and you go in and you running. So went out there, ran, came back in, died. So like within that first day, some of us was really in, pain. But what I didn't know was while they were doing that, they were also assessing. There were some people who had asthma. Either they didn't know or they thought even though they had it that they can still make it in the military with asthma. If you have asthma, it's a no-go. This girl almost died. She really did. She really did. I don't know if she knew or she didn't know that she had asthma. But they had to call a medic for her. That's another thing. There's always medics on site. Always. Medics in training, medics this, medics that. They're all right there for us. So they had to pull her to the side. Because of her, we got to slow down a little bit because, it was no time for you to, we gonna go ahead and just start them off in 1 mile, couch to 5K. We gonna go ahead and start them off. They gonna get to 2 miles eventually. No, guys, they got us They were pushing us day one. Okay, no problem. Them drill sergeants is over there screaming. And back then, I don't know what it's like now, but they can scream, cuss, yell, everything at you. And that's one thing I didn't like. I didn't like that at all. I hated it because I felt like it was bad and disrespectful. I'm from New York, nigga. You can't be screaming at me. You can't be yelling. So, Diane, I would look them dead in the eye. Oh, yep, that got me in trouble. I'm going to tell you the kind of trouble before I get off. So, the drill sergeants and everyone went and took care of her. She went to the side. Didn't know it was asthma immediately. That was our first run. So just thinking everybody's out of shape. So after you do the run, everybody be like, you know, what we going to do next? Well, we got cool down. Cool down is marching. Remember I told y'all we just started marching earlier. So cooling down, you marching. So you walking and you marching and you cooling down. I have never felt so like I wanted to die in my life. I made it through. I was dying. I had, side. I wasn't the only one. Like all of us was like that. But again, we just coming out from our mama house, high school, wherever. So they made it, no problem. The next minute you hear is, go upstairs. You got 5 minutes to come down in your uniform. Hold up, wait a minute. Oh, wait. What about this? What about my doing my hair? Ain't none of that. I wore a ponytail for 8 weeks. There's none of that. Because back then, my hair used to be in the middle of my back. I can't do that no more. My hair used to be in the middle of my back. So when I'm over there trying to put that thing up, because your hair can't be on your collar. It's still that way. You can't have it on the collar. So I'm over there, no problem. We done. Can't do that. Can't do this. It's time for my thing to go. No problem. I'm gonna just go ahead and keep it moving. I went, changed. It was no 5 minutes. Everybody came down late. Guess what? We got to march a little bit more because we came down late. Then they march you to chow. Chow is where you go to the canteen with no soda, potatoes and vegetables and some starch. It was no gourmet meal. But when you finish running like that, you thought it was. So you think your day over, man. I done did all of these things. It's 6:30 in the morning. I done did all of this. My day is over. I'm good. Oh, heck no. Your day just started. So now it's time. You got to go over here. You got to go to classes. You got to do CPR. First the classes was, remember the Bible I told you that was in my pocket. There's CPR and all of that stuff. So we got to go to different stations. There's different buildings. There's military people training us. Or there's civilians training us. Civilians is anyone who doesn't wear the uniform. There's civilians training us, military training us. Okay, cool. We good. Everybody training us. Next minute it's time for we finish. They come back, the drill sergeants, they would leave us there, but they ain't gone nowhere and let you act stupid in class or talk in class because there's somebody else waiting to come out there for you. We didn't know it at the time, but why they would, what they were doing, what they were preparing us for, we didn't know all of that stuff. They were just literally just, we felt like they were just screaming. So the hold up, I'm just gonna put this hydrangeas. So this is gonna go on the top, and I have some roses. Which, oh, here they're roses. The roses are going up there too. First, I'm gonna put some hydrangeas. So we didn't know that, you know, they had people after us. They told us nothing. We were not involved. We were not active participants in this thing called life. We really weren't. We literally weren't. Good morning, Carmel girl. Good morning. Welcome in. Don't forget to give me a daily heart. Drop me some love if you like what's going on. Tap, tap, tap. It's nothing. You don't charge no fees to give a tap, tap, tap. Nothing but me smiling at you. But anyway, so let me go ahead. So one thing about them, I told you they did not like you staring at them. They did not like you always yelling, or they always had a time. If you are, and I still do it today, If you are 15 minutes before the time you're supposed to be there, you're late. That's the way it is. I'm just putting some more. These are the Gorilla Glue sticks that I put in the glue pot. You just need some more. You're late. They did not play about that. If you were late to anything, they don't got no excuse. Nothing you say is going to work. I'll tell you that right now. Nothing you say is going to work. When I say nothing you say, nothing. Not one thing that you say is going to work. They literally, if you're late, you're running around the formation. In your uniform, in your boots. Happened to me a few times, and I realized they wasn't playing, so I had to get up with the program. Yeah, they don't play. So, no problem. We up there. We going running. We going marching. We march everywhere. We never saw the Cadillac again. Everywhere we went, we marched. We marched every single where we went. So I'm just gonna see this is kind of too long. We marched everywhere. And we never drove. We never got in another car again. We marched everywhere. So we went and they would drop us, they would walk us, march us to the next event. We would do what we have to do there. One of the classes that a lot of people don't realize that we do. Good morning, St. Nova. Good morning. We go ahead and we do how to balance a checkbook. That was something I wasn't taught in high school. I don't even know if my mama used checks. I think she probably just used money orders. It was just easier. But they showed you how to balance a checkbook. They showed you every day was a different adventure. We were going somewhere or to do something. We were learning how to take our weapon. It's not a gun. It's called a weapon. We were learning how to take that apart and put it back together. Now, let me tell you something. Everyone looks at a weapon now and they're like, whatever, but we had to take it down, break it back, and yes, they do time you. We had to go to the range. We had to go to so many different places that you never in your mind thought all of this is on this one base. But Fort Lost in the Woods, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri had it all. I don't know if it still have it. I haven't been there in a while. But it had it all. It had every single thing that you needed. The craziest place that we went to, hold up, this is, I'm trying to put these flowers in correctly so I can make sure and have what I need. All right, there we go. The crazy thing is Fort Leonard Wood is, I didn't realize how important of a station it is for the U.S. Army when you're there, because it's, I don't even know how many acres it is. It's huge. And so when you go there, you're just like, okay, this is absolutely nuts. How do I get out of here? So the same girl who had asthma, they realized it was asthma, and they told her, you have asthma, we're going to have to send you home because you can't be in the military with asthma. She cried. They don't send you right home, guys. If you think you're going home today, it ain't that. What you call is a holdover, and they literally put her doing KP. So now KP duty is when you have done some bad things. In her case, she didn't do anything bad. Well, yeah, I'm gonna tell you what she did in a minute. She didn't do anything bad, so they had her like cleaning the floors, washing pots and pans in the kitchen, stuff like that. That's what she did. But what she made a mistake is she got tired because they kept holding her there as a holdover, and they never allowed her to leave. She was just on base doing cleaning walls, cleaning floors, stuff like that. She decided she was going AWOL. Now, I'm regular Army, and then there's reserve. reserve after they do their basic training, and the next time they literally leave. I got my contract to do. They going home after this. I got my contract. Yo, she went AWOL with her weapon. So at that time we were using dummy weapons. They heavy rubber weapons. So she went with that. So we were all good. You know, everybody was, she can't hurt herself or anything like that. But she really wanted to go home, and they wouldn't let her go home. They just kept her as a holdover, doing more and more work. Well, y'all. Well, she decided that she's gone. They put her more work. They had her mowing the grass. They had her wiping the walls. These buildings are done in the like 20s. They trying to get you to shine the floor, all of this stuff. Man, I felt sorry for her. She had a son at home. She was trying to get home too. But I'm like, if you had to do your 8 weeks, we won't have this problem. And then you go with their property. Now, if it's one thing about the military, don't play with their property. Don't play with their property at all. So she went in there with their property. Not a good deal. Guys, I thank you so much. I see there's a few of you, 4 of you on here that came out this morning. Thank you for this early morning love. I'm over here. I am literally going ahead and saying thank you. I gotta go. I'm almost finished. We're gonna finish this up tomorrow, and then I got something else for us to start. And as you can see, this is how it's going. I'm putting the flowers in here. They're not glued in yet. And then the last thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put our bow on. Until next time, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I appreciate all of you. Bye.